Dana Perino, she's talking about Gavin Newsom and she's damn tired. She's tired of his tweets because they're so unprofessional.
The other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, and why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over." And if he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious.
What bigger job is she saying Gavin Newsom wants? Obviously, everyone knows that he's going to run for president at some point. But there's this guy who's already the president. In fact, he's in his second term of destroying the country. And who he's mocking is that guy. But if she were his wife, where is he? Where is she? Then she would tell him to stop it. Where's Donald Trump's wife? The best part about this is every time that they complain about what it is that's coming from Gavin Newsom's it's Governor Newsom press office Twitter machine. And every time they say something ridiculous that they're not getting, they continue to troll them. So now they responded to Dana Perino and said, almost a weekend, and they still don't get it. That's being told to you directly. This guy is showing you, he's exhibiting in a normal state what it is that we've gotten so accustomed to from this clown president. So if Gavin Newsom is making a fool of himself, which this would be if he was serious, so is Donald Trump, and he is serious, except as he does it, he's destroying things because he's stupid. That's just how it works. So this is somehow, the purpose is to illustrate to you how bad this looks if someone's serious were doing it. And it's a great opportunity because there is someone that thinks he's serious that's doing this. He tweets like this. There's someone else that was upset about all this is going on too. Because who else that Gavin Newsom's office was trolling? His name is Scott Pressler, and he's a MAGA guy. And in his response, and as he's talking about how he wants to get up some more Republicans in the state of Pennsylvania to be registered to vote and they can get their numbers up, Governor Newsom's press office said, "Thank you, Nancy Mace." Of course, making fun of him. And Tommy Lauren responded to that and said, "New lows unlocked by Gavin Newsom and his team of losers." She's so mad about this. She even got more upset and she responded further. And she goes, "You're kidding me, right? Your state and your bullshit governor rant and rave on a daily basis about protecting gay people, and you're really going to use your official press office account to troll a gay conservative and call him a woman?" Tommy Lauren is mad. She's mad that Governor Newsom's office, it's not even him tweeting it, is doing the same thing that all of these hateful Republicans have always done and somehow get some support. And they say, you have to start appealing to the MAGA folks. Well, apparently what they are appealed to is stupid. So that's what they're tweeting, except they're making a point. They made another point after Tommy said all that. She was very upset. Governor Newsom's press office says, "You sound woke." If you take their own language and use it against them, they may begin to become the snowflakes that they claim everyone else is. If they start to feel the effects of the things that they usher in and say, "Cry some more, snowflake," they start crying. And every time that they accuse everyone else of doing what it is that they do on a regular basis of destroying people's lives and becoming an authoritarian force in our country, they go, "Look at this guy becoming an authoritarian force." Except every time they said about other folks, it was about Joe Biden, who was apparently too sleepy and too old to do anything. But they just say it because that's for political expediency. That's why they did it. Let's have some more fun about the people that are mad about the way that these tweets and posts are coming out. Here's Trey Gallagher.
Gavin Newsom, meantime, posting this on X, Liz, using all capitals, of course, trying to mock Trump, use Trump style. He's been doing this for a while now. He says, quoting, Trump just fled the podium with Putin. No questions, nothing. Total low energy. The man looked like he'd just eaten 3 buckets of KFC with Vlad. Admit it, Donnie J. You're terrified because this was the worst week of your life because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. I think he's trying to be funny. I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And you're the governor of the biggest state in the union. What are you doing?
Honestly, I feel like he's trying so hard to be Trump, but he's coming off like Kanye West. He seems absolutely insane.
How did they not get this yet? No, they literally posted, "It's been a weekend. How do you not get what's happening yet?" Does he know that he's being so childish? They even said he sounds just like Trump. Don't they know that he sounds childish? Yes, bro, you're so close. Matter of fact, they responded to Trey Gallagher too. Bird Brain Trey Gallagher, a so-called Fox News host that nobody has ever heard of, says my posts are, quote, childish and unbecoming of a leader. Can you believe it? Many are saying Fox, edit the tapes, News should cancel his pathetic little bedtime show immediately. They're calling it the most boring program in cable history. Total snooze fest. Sad. GCN. Their hair is on fire over this whole thing. They're so upset. They're taking what he's saying is serious, and they still don't know that he's mocking them. I really didn't think there was going to be this level of stupidity coming from the people that are targeted in this whole campaign. But speaking of this campaign, I want to make sure I give some credit to the person who was the head of his communications team who's doing this. I saw this article and I was like, because I know it's not actually Gavin Newsom. I know it's not. This is happening too rapidly and too fun. So this woman behind it is head of his, her name is Camille Zapata. She's the head of Gavin Newsom's press office. So she and apparently only 3 other staffers are part of making this whole thing happen. She's only 29 years old, and she says she knows that most of her generation gets their news from TikTok and social media. She said her small but mighty team of 3 is chronically online, and they follow pop culture. So she knows the way to get on this. Gavin Newsom would say some of the things that are true and honest about the difference between the Democratic and the Republican parties, except people wouldn't listen. Of course, people who support him and people who understand what reality is listened, but people wouldn't listen when he said things like this, but they're listening when he does the stupid Donald Trump mocking tweets, which still includes some real facts about what he's talking about. That's part of the fun part. But when he says things normally, our country has been dumbed down so much. This is the type of stuff that we've ignored, and it would have helped us to actually take it in before they voted for the guy who's in office now.
Since 1989, the end of the Cold War, in the United States of America, there's been 52 million jobs created. There have been 3 Republican administrations, 3 Democratic administrations. So it's fair to say, how'd we do? Republican administrations, Democratic administrations. Since 1989, the end of the Cold War, to the end of last year, 52 million jobs. And you'd say, well, it's maybe 50-50, maybe Republicans on the basis of your entrepreneur friends. Republicans probably did 60% of those jobs were created. Well, 50 of the 52 million were created under Democratic administrations. 1.9 million jobs created during Republican administrations. You look at the last 3 Republican presidents, they have one thing in common: recessions. During the last administration under Joe Biden, created 16.6 million jobs. And I know a lot of those were COVID jobs, but he blew past that after 18 months. He created 8 times more jobs than the last 3 Republican administrations combined.
But
this economy does better. Job creation thrives during Democratic administration, but perception is exactly what you said.
Yes. So you gave me the logic.
I know.
But the brain isn't orientated towards logic. It's narrative.
Where's the economy in this country? Why are we the 4th largest economy in the world? We have 4 of the top 7 market cap companies in the world. NVIDIA just came with $4 trillion market cap. We dominate 32 of the top 50 AI companies are right here in California. We dominate in every key industry. We're the biggest manufacturing state. We dominate, name an industry, California dominates.
So why are entrepreneurs
Big
so pissed
blue
off?
State.
Why are entrepreneurs in your state pissed off?
71% of the GDP in this country are blue metro counties.
Elon left, he went to Texas.
He left and came right back. Where's Grok? Where's his R&D headquarters, world headquarters? Where are the vast majority of his jobs for SpaceX and Tesla? He did that because he wanted to make a buck so he can avoid capital gains and avoid income tax as he cashes out on 20 years of largesse by the taxpayers in California that created a regulatory environment that created the industry because of our vehicle emission standards and subsidized that industry with billions and billions of dollars of taxpayer money to make Elon rich. And then he turned his back so he didn't have to pay capital gains.
That was way too much of normal, intelligent, factually based speaking. That's what we don't listen to in this country. For some reason, we don't listen to that. We would rather listen to all caps tweets about someone being a dummy